Hi, so Andy Herring, Product Manager at Pragma with Rich. Rich, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Rich James, Head of Product Management for our UCaaS and CCaaS products at Gamma.
So we're 10 months in. Specifically, what I'm interested in is when you look at the acquisition for what you gained product-wise through iPECS Cloud, how is it measured up to expectations for you and within the team in general in Gamma?
Absolutely measured up. So what we had previous to acquisition, we absolutely did have gaps in our Horizon product.
Mm-hmm.
So things like IP depth, fixed mobile conversion, so some of these these features that we just wouldn't get into certain bids for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very complementary to the Horizon product. And actually, I think when we look at the growth and how we're enabling our channel partners to go out to market, they now are armed with a more rounded portfolio that can go in, and they're confident that they can sell the solution through Gamma or Pragma.
You and I were lucky enough, sort of quite early on in the relationship, to spend some time out in Korea.
Yep.
The team that so anybody that doesn't know, we have an annual trip out to Korea, all of the product teams from all of the distributors globally, where we sort of talk about what's happened and then what's going to be happening product-wise. From your point of view, obviously you've just talked about, have we met up to expectations, but from a pure product person's perspective, where do you see the kind of real strengths of the iPECS Cloud ecosystem, as I call it?
Of the ecosystem, I think it's excellent as that kind of like first step from on-prem PBX to cloud. Not like saying that it's not modernized. It's absolutely, but it gives businesses the confidence with what they know and how they've come to work and the business processes that they've built up with their communications. They've got that safety net there, but also with the proposition that you built around that and worked with the team out in Korea with Ericsson-LG. It's really be able to modernize their communications as well. It might not necessarily be from day one, but they know that they've got something there that they don't have to then rip out and bring something else in. They can add to that over time. So the services and the ecosystem that you've built around that core proposition is great. And it builds that confidence up for businesses to know that they've got they've got something future-proof.
And what did you think about the sort of unique, what's a unique, but what did you think about the approach to sort of roadmap and the like with Ericsson-LG? We always say to people, like, one of our strengths is the fact that almost argue that channel partners own the roadmap because it's almost entirely based on their feedback where the product ends up going.
100%. So I work with quite a few different vendors and have done it in different product sets over the years at Gamma. That meeting, like a couple of days with the team out in Korea, not just with Ericsson-LG, but also the other providers that they have, really, really open, transparent conversations like this is what the customers need in this market, and actually be able to mold that solution with the vendor before they go to develop it. I'm really, really open. I came away from that session like, wow, this is really impressive. Really great way of operating, and it just shows like the level of trust that Ericsson-LG have got with Pragma, and also vice versa, to make sure that the solutions that are being developed are the right solutions for customers.
Yeah. I mean, we always say to the partners, you're so important in this journey because, I, like yourself, got experience working with other vendors, and quite often it's the case that they just come to you and sort of almost plonk a new product on the table. Oh, we've made this, can you go and sell it?
Yeah.
With it doesn't feel like much input from, you as the channel. I'm sure there has been.
Yeah.
But I think with us, it's much more of a living, breathing thing. It's that, sort of LG family.
Yeah, absolutely. Like 2 days going through use cases at a very, very low level and having debate. And there was debate on how things should work, but it was always done with every single person in that room with putting the customer at the heart of the solution, because it might work well for us that are using this day in, day out. But ultimately, we've got to be thinking of the people that are actually using these solutions at the end of it. And the level of transparency and I guess passion in that room to make sure that we're doing the right thing for those customers.
Some challenging moments, it has to be said, but in a good way.
Absolutely. And I think that that's a testament to the relationship, that we can have those open and frank conversations, and vice versa as well. Like if we thought that something was a good idea, based on the...
if we think something is a good idea, it always is, right?
It is, but then someone else can throw something else into the mix as well. And then you go, actually...
never thought about it.
Exactly.
Okay. So where have we been? Acquisition, key strengths of the portfolio. We wanted to keep this relatively short and sweet. So I think for me, a kind of a way to sort of start wrapping it up is, what's your vision of the future over the next 12 to 18 months with regards to the iPECS cloud ecosystem, how it's going to fit into what we're doing within the wider Gamma team and,
there's so much opportunity for the iPECS cloud ecosystem core product. If you have a look at the opportunity that's available in the UK market, there's PBX manufacturers coming out of market or coming out of supporting these solutions. Like the NECs, the Panasonics, the Samsungs, absolutely ripe for modernizing. And I see iPECS cloud absolutely winning in those spaces. And then you think of things like fixed mobile convergence, and you can look at that purely through a vertical lens and go, actually, financial services, heavily regulated industry, out the box solution to that as well. So there's a lot of exciting things over the next 12 or 18 months, and a lot of opportunities out there for iPECS cloud to continue to grow, and for our partners as well to maximize revenue and margin opportunities.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? I've had a few conversations today with people saying, where's your strengths and what sort of target size customer? And I'm always quite keen, sort of from the product management point of view, I know why we sort of position stuff in certain places, but I've said to people today a number of times, we really can deliver for multiple number of sizes of customers, whether you're talking to 5 people or like 500. We've got a portfolio of products now where we're really pushing the boundaries, because that's a bit too far, but in terms of we are innovating. You look at products like the Connect product and the suite of plugins that goes around that.
Sidekick and
we're not reinventing the wheel, but what I would say to people is we're making that technology accessible to customers where it may not have previously been accessible, and we're opening up opportunities that we never knew existed. I mean, like the first 2 contact centers we put in towards the tail end of last year, one of them was only 6 users. And I think it's just proof that with the right approach to customers, that where traditionally people would have said, "Oh, that's not a contact center." Well,
everyone has customers.
Everybody does customer service, right?
Absolutely.
So
one of the things that you've got with your the proposition that you've got, and what I was talking about today, was about how we can bring balance to organizations. And what I mean with that is communications is so critical for businesses to achieve their goals and drive outcomes. But no one necessarily wakes up thinking, I want to use a UCaaS product today. So they're tools to enable and bring into the business. And absolutely what you've got with the iPECS proposition is they can mold, and you've got some uniqueness, like you being able to integrate into different or a wider range of CRMs than what other people in the market can do with the Connect app. Bringing the AI services there. I mean, AI, it's everywhere. Everyone's wanted a bit of it.
Everybody's talking about it.
It's every event you go to, it's number one on the agenda. And you've got that.
Well, we're lucky because of the team we've got behind that with the guys at CoSoft. The key thing for me there is it's agility. We're able to sort of talk to the guys, turn stuff around really quickly, far quicker than we would be able to do maybe with more established routes to market. So awesome. One final thought to leave with people that might be viewing this. One little nugget of wisdom.
I think that it's that point on balance again. It's balancing out user needs. It's balancing out different generations that are communicating in different ways. I think this is where iPECS also excels as well, because you've got people, younger generations that will be want to communicate in with video and chat. You'll have older generations that are still voice, and you've got that in your proposition. You bring in newer technologies around there. The balancing existing infrastructure costs that businesses may have with modern ways of working. I think that everything that you've got in your arsenal supports getting the right balance of these tools in the organizations.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's been fun, and I'm sure we'll do this again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.